Update 2 on Cyclone Dineo, which is currently located in the Mozambique Channel in between Europa Island and the coast of Mozambique itself. It has winds of 65 miles an hour and a pressure of 982 millibars as of 9 p.m. UTC, February 14th. It's at 22.6 degrees south, 38.2 degrees east. A blue alert, we assume, is in effect for Mozambique. We've seen no evidence of that, however, but we assume that they're in effect because that is their policy, that they issue warnings when a storm is this close. This is what we expect in the next 72 hours. The storm is likely to peak as a Category 1 or even a Category 2 storm. Officially, Meteo France are predicting a Category 2 peak just before landfall in Mozambique, and then the storm will weaken pretty quickly. It's a Stage 3 on the CDPS scale, meaning that it is a fairly organised system and significant damage is likely near the storm's centre, particularly in the eastern half in this instance. So let's take a look at what the storm's expected to do in the next few days. Here we go then. As it moves towards the west-southwest, we expect, or maybe southwesterly, winds will probably continue to be displaced to the east, and then it will attain Category 1 or Category 2 status just before making landfall in Mozambique around 24 hours from now. And then the storm will rapidly weaken once it moves inland and could be all gone by Friday morning in Mozambique. Whether it moves into South Africa after that and become one of very few storms that have ever done so, we'll wait and see. Sea surface temperatures right now are pretty warm, 29, perhaps even 30 Celsius, and those temperatures, 28 plus, remain all the way until its anticipated landfall. Maputo, if it moves that far south, which we doubt, sea surface temperatures slightly cooler down there. Wind shear is not looking too bad at all, very low actually. Look to the southwest there, those dark blue areas showing very low amounts of wind shear, almost nil, which is certainly a good thing for the storm. There's the latest satellite imagery from NOAA floaters, single images only I'm afraid, showing the storm's structure, perhaps not the most convincing pictures. Microwave imagery today has been very revealing, showing that the centre of the storm is looking pretty good under the microscope, or the microwave, but the satellite imagery itself, the infrared imagery, not looking quite as good, but you can certainly see where the centre of the storm is, and perhaps we could be looking at a Category 1 hurricane equivalent storm in a few hours, or maybe by tomorrow morning. That's certainly what's expected of it. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date with the next update on that. But there it is in the Mozambique Channel, not really being felt in Mozambique just yet, but the outer bands will arrive very soon. So far we are up to 2 tropical storms, named storms at least. As I've said many times, we're just about to become the quietest start to a calendar year since 1919. That will occur if we don't see any more named storms by tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure that we won't. Comparing with all the other years on the record since 1900, obviously observations weren't as good back then. 31 is the benchmark that it set. We're at 2 so far in 2017. Usually would have expected around 7 or 8 storms by now at least, most of those, if not all, occurring in the southern hemisphere. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com and its tracker at your service at any time. You can find us on YouTube, Force 13, all in text, that's where we live. You're probably watching us on there now. You can also find us on Facebook, Force 13, all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch through any of those. You can also add Fool 13 on Skype, FOOL13, and add extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.